like to call the meeting to order. I'd like to introduce the Board of Directors. Board Member Jennifer Devine, Board Member Jim Taylor, Board Member Gary Clifford, Board Member Scott Rundle, Board Member Brian Hall. Now we will go to election of the officers.
Michael's already seconded.
Okay. And for the audience, Gary Clifford is via Zoom.
I've been asked to read the results of the election. The president is Gary Clifford, vice president Brian Hall, secretary Michael Schultz, and treasurer Jim Taylor. That is the new AWAC board for 2024-2025. Welcome everyone, congratulations.
All right. So as president, Gary, who's not in attendance, do you mind if I chair the meeting, sir?
Please do. I have a work obligation and I'll have to step off in a few minutes. I appreciate you, Ryan. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Okay, first item here, we're gonna skip roll call. The second item would be approving a meeting agenda.
I think this is what we're doing. If you're going to table
Which agenda? Agenda's already been posted, right? So
yeah, but if you want to make changes, you want to move, you want to table number 8.
can we do that when we do that now?
Yeah.
You suggest you do that now? Okay.
Yeah.
Can I get a motion to table item number 8 on this agenda, the consent calendar?
So moved.
Thank you, Jim. Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
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 And then
Thank you.
table number 10.
Can I also get a motion to table 10, staff report?
So moved.
Thank you, Jim. Can I get a second?
I'll second
Scott Rundle, thank you very much on the second. All those in favor say aye.
it. Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Good.
We'll address those items at our next meeting. And we'll talk about the next meeting date towards the end of the meeting here. So we're moving on to public comments and questions. This time is allocated to the public to address the board with any matters or questions. It is requested that individuals limit their time to 3 minutes or less. Time may not be transferred to another individual who has already addressed the board. There's no one here present in the room.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hello.
Hello.
The meeting's not open to the public.
That is fine. We're not here to distribute meeting. I'm just here to serve the board members with some papers. Then you guys can do one of the ones. Mr. Schultz?
Hi, doing just fine. Yeah, my Zoom doesn't work. I thought maybe my friend Michael would
has voted.
let me sit in on a meeting.
I have no authorities on that track.
I'd have to allow everyone else.
What's that?
I would have to allow others.
I don't need to stay here.
Well, we got 3 chairs here.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Ben.
So you want to don't bother anybody with
Sorry,
tracking.
Mr. Hat.
Okay, really good.
Next time, let me know if you're Zoom.
Oh, I will let you know. Yeah, my Zoom just went out on it. We have new board members tonight.
George.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Hey, I remember these 2 guys. All right, well, good luck.
Good, thank you, George.
Have a good meeting.
Can you call
Okay, take care.
Yeah, I tried over again, I'm on my computer. Okay, have a good meeting.
It's always nice to see
All right.
friends drop in.
That's it.
This is Jerry Springer on
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so I guess we should continue.
Yeah, lock the door, Jim.
I do lock the door. You're right.
All right, so those were our neighbors and friends, and they jumped right in right before public comment, so we'll finish what the instructions were. Zoom webinar. We're all here present, and you guys are out there on Zoom. Thank you for joining us. So to request an ability to speak, just hit the raise the hand function on your Zoom app or wherever you're at, and participants will be identified and called on one at a time. It's requested that all individuals observe proper etiquette, utilizing this time in a proactive and respectful manner. So we will jump to our first call. Chris, let us know. Does anyone, I see a few hands up there, and just...
Carson, we have Carol Garden with her hand raised, please.
Sounds good. I'm gonna let her talk now.
Thank you.
Okay, Carol, you're live. Good. You there, Carol?
Oh, she's got a,
Are you on mute?
looks like she's mute.
You're on mute, Carol.
Okay, let's go back to Carol after she unmutes. And Carson, let's move to Juliana Halstead, please.
She's muted too.
Juliana, just hit
Thank
the
you. I'd like to remind each of you that AWAC has engaged in a scheme by which it has collected permit fees, deposits, which at times have been unlawfully, likely unlawfully converted to its own use, inspection fees and damages based on enforcement of deed restrictions AWAC purports to hold. The facts are, number one, the CCNRs do not provide for imposition of any of these fees on Arrowhead Woods property owners. The CCNRs do not provide for Arrowhead Woods property owners to complete any application for any purpose, nor sign the AWAC agreement form. Your bylaws govern this committee's conduct, not the Arrowhead Woods property owners' conduct. The CCNRs do provide for an architectural committee to collect a plan review fee of $50 for limited tracts under very limited circumstances. However, by way of a judgment entered January 8, 2018, AWAC stipulated that it has no right, title, enforcements of any deed restrictions or interest in, against, on, or to any properties described in the following recorded instruments. Those recorded instruments are numerous deeds. AWAC has continued to list at least 28 of the reference tracts on its websites. AWAC gave up all of its enforcement rights, its claim of water rights, and its right to require AWAC approval of any tree work in the tracts referenced in those recorded instruments. As a result, any action taken against any Arrowhead Woods property owner in the reference tract since January 8, 2018 and continuing was and is taken without any authority or jurisdiction to do so. You have a duty to remove those 28 tracts referenced and to cease and desist from continuing to misrepresent AWAC's jurisdiction over these tracts. Lastly, I'd like it on the record that I object to seating this committee since the question still remains as to whether Rich Scott had any standing to appoint any board members since the time he resigned. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments, Juliana. Let's move on to the next one. Who do you have up there, Carson?
The next one is Carol Garden. Carol, can you, are you able to speak now?
I'll allow her to talk, but she did join the call with her hands immediately raised, so she just might not even be here.
Oh, okay. Carol, are you with us? Okay. Thank you, Carson. We'll go to Mike Kern, please.
Mike.
Unmute yourself, Mike. There you go.
Yeah, my question is, I'd like to know why it is your policy to make the homeowner ask for a construction deposit refund. Since I have not received my refund, I'd like to know why that is. Please.
I can speak to this. Okay, Mr. Kern, are you referencing the deposit refund from 2017?
And 2020 also. But 2020, I have, you have records of that.
Okay, 2020 I would, as I explained to you previously, 2017 was purged at some point in time. We don't have those records, and without those records, we cannot look at plans to confirm that what you built was built to plan. And there is a reason that there is a limitation on the length of time in the guidelines to request deposits. And that is the very reason, is that plans can get, if it's been 7 years now, we don't have those plans, so we can't confirm. But I do have your information in a file for the board to deliberate on when they, now that they're all together, they'll be able to undertake that business. So your information is in a file for future board deliberation, and I would presume that would happen within 30 days.
Okay, what about the 2020 refund?
I don't recall that, but if you want to send, I was focused on your 2017. If you want to send me the 2020 again, or you know what, Mr. Kern, let me check the file. It might all be connected. I may have everything in the same place because 2020 again is outside of the time frame, but I will certainly provide all that to the board. If I don't have it, I'll reach out to you. I know I have your email, and I'll get it from you again, but I think I've got them all clipped together for the board to take a look at. Okay,
but my original question was, why do you make us request a refund? Every other organization I've ever dealt with always refunds it with no questions asked. This is the only one that you have to ask for it, and I'd like to know why that policy stands.
Mike, do you have the number, the main office line?
Yes, I do.
So Jennifer's in, not tomorrow, right? You're in on Monday?
No, yeah.
Our hours are Monday through Thursday, 10 to 4. So Mike, if you could, Jennifer's always here. If you can reach out to her, she'll answer your questions. And if she can't answer it, she'll get back to you, and then the board will deliberate on the other thing that you guys just discussed. All right?
All right, I will do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. All right, next in line.
We have Garen. Is it? Yeah, Garen. Hello, Garen.
Welcome, Garen.
Yeah, hi. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I'd like to remind all the individuals that are there, I'm holding Chapter 5 of the Attorney General's Guide for Charities. I'm putting all of you guys on notice that the tax returns for AWAC have been underreported. And I'm going to read verbatim from the Attorney General's guidebook, and I'd like you guys to go ahead and reference it. Charitable organizations such as public benefit corporations in California are required to maintain adequate and correct financial records and books. Directors may be accountable for misappropriation, waste, misuse of charitable assets if the loss was the result of deficient or non-existent internal controls, lack of due care, or reasonable inquiry. Because of this, the charity's director should play a key role in establishing internal controls. So, preventing internal fraud and theft of charitable assets. Diversion of charitable assets can occur at either the receipt or disbursement phase. In 2019, AWAC underreported their income by $10,500 on the tax returns. In 2020, AWAC underreported their tax returns by $10,000. In 2021, AWAC underreported their tax returns by $8,500. That's roughly $30,000. A complaint has been sent to the Attorney General's office to investigate this. And you individuals sitting there right now, you can't make the argument that we weren't there when this happened. You have a duty to investigate. Finally, what I would like to say is the last three board members that suddenly resigned.
Garen, you're at 3 minutes, but please finish.
Yeah, the last three board members that resigned, they suddenly resigned. Greg Amparano resigned, Michelle Kelly resigned, and Patti McGonigle resigned. Now, the question that I have for all of you there, were there any allegations, accusations, threats, or any influence exerted towards those three individuals causing them to resign? Did anything specific happen that caused them to resign? Because me and Ted had nothing to do with it. So you guys, as board members, should investigate this. Why did they resign?
We will. We take that seriously. Thank you, Garen. And the next in line?
Next, we have Marilyn Deschelle.
All right, Marilyn.
Good evening, everyone. It's a very interesting committee, I find. I would like to know if all your future meetings are going to be Zoom only.
That's up to the board to discuss going forward.
Is there anything in the bylaws? Are there any bylaws?
Yes, we have bylaws, Marilyn.
Is there anything referring to Zoom only? There wasn't Zoom, I am assuming, when the bylaws were written.
It's the pleasure of the board.
Jennifer, do you know if there's anything that prohibits people from coming in person?
I don't know that there's anything that prohibits people from coming in person. It is up to the board to determine how the meetings are, how the public is brought into the meetings.
Okay, so the members of Arrowhead Woods have no say?
Certainly.
You have a say right now,
yeah,
Marilyn.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, do we have a say? Will there be a vote on whether to have them in person or on Zoom?
Well, the board will discuss it, Marilyn.
I know that you said that. I understand that. I just want to know if the members will have a say after you discuss it.
Give us your say.
I say I would like to be there in person.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So are you going to poll your members?
Not right now, yeah, well, we're.
And if you did, how would you?
Okay. The board will consider.
I'm asking, if you did poll the members, how would you go about that? Telephone calls, emails, snail mail?
Okay, we'll discuss it, Marilyn.
No, I'm asking you, how would you go
This
about
is
it?
public comment. We're not having a board discussion right now.
There's no discussion. I'm just asking how you would reach the members. Like now,
This is your
send out an email?
We're not going to be answering. Anything else, Marilyn?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we have one. Go ahead.
Frank Smedley, Carson. Thank you.
Hi, Frank.
Welcome. What I would like to ask first off is, what company is the E&O, the officer E&O binder? What company is it with, and how much is the coverage?
Staff will get back to you on that.
Did that not too long ago, right?
Staff will.
Fresh in your memory.
Yeah, we have a policy, but Jennifer.
Who's the company with?
I have to go into my files right now, Frank. I don't have it memorized, sorry.
She'll get back to you. Frank. Do we have
Can I
any
get a copy of the binder, please?
The binder letter?
Yes.
For the detail?
Yes. And then secondly, I was refused the response on this question here last meeting. What two tracks, you found two tracks that mysteriously turned up that didn't meet the requisite CNR vote in 2010. What two tracks were those?
We'll have to get back to you, Frank. Do you have?
Again, no answer for that one. Okay, how about this one?
We'll get back to you.
How about this one? Has LACSD provided any consideration to any past, present, or future AWAC officer or staff?
Say that again?
Has LACSD, the one that tried to steal our water rights, provided any consideration to any past, present,
future AWAC officer, staff, and/or attorney?
You're talking about consideration in the form of a financial payment?
Money, lots, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and then lastly, who amended the bylaws, and was Mr. Worm involved in that?
Do you want me to answer?
Do you have this info?
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Thank you for
those
your-
are 4 questions, and I didn't get a response for any of them.
So Frank, we have office hours.
No. You know what? Send it to me in an
You want the
email.
answer.
I want it in writing from you guys, okay?
Can I finish answering your question? So we have office hours, and she will be here Monday next week through Thursday, 10 to 4, and her job is to get back to you with those answers. And I don't know if she got them all. I think you got them all. What was the question you missed about the 2 tracks?
The 2 tracks, I didn't quite understand.
We found, apparently they found the missing 2 tracks that didn't get the prerequisite votes during the renewal in 2010.
Do you have the numbers?
No, that's what I'm asking for. What tracks were they? Because it was identified that 2 tracks were found. Correct, Jennifer? You mentioned it.
I tell you what, Frank, we're up at 3 minutes, but like I just said, Jennifer's happy to get back to you next week, and the board wants her to communicate with you and everyone else that has questions. We're not trying to hide anything here. This is a transparent board. So we will get
That's
you
not what I've
answers next
seen
week.
so far, and I haven't been paying
Frank?
attention for a while, but you know what?
Frank, I know those.
Paying attention now.
I'm happy you are, and all those people are not here anymore. We've got a new board, and we're all proud to be here. We're all longtime people in the community like yourself. We care about this place. Gary's not here present. Our other board member, he's been up here his whole life as well. So you have people that care about the community, that really are not hiding anything. We're transparent, and we just want to help. So we appreciate trying to work with you and get you answers. Thank you, Frank. I think we have a few others.
Okay, thank you. Carson, Crystal Upton, please.
Hi, Crystal.
Hey, did I unmute? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so in the conversation of transparency, according to your last released bank statements or your bank statement as of today, if you were to pull it online, how much money is in the account for AWAC?
It's under 50,000, Crystal. I think it's around 48.
That's very impressive because I know what I left AWAC with last September. So you still have 48,000 in the account. And can we get a copy of that bank statement as homeowners? You don't have to release. It's not having to release. It's called transparency, right? Which is what you guys say you are. I also have the insurance information, which I can give you guys the brokerage and a copy of the policy from last year if you guys need that.
Just disclose the balance, Crystal, so.
That you've disclosed that balance. There's no way that's the balance.
Okay, well.
But that's why I'm asking for evidence of that. Would you be willing to actually show the community that?
Currently, we have, well, you know, bank statements are one thing. So I believe we're going to have some of our officers, right, Jennifer, be authorized bank signers on the card, the bank card.
The only person authorized right now is the secretary, Michael Schultz. He's the only signer on the account.
Yeah.
And
which, quite honestly, Michael Schultz couldn't have been assigned because you guys haven't had a board to be able to redirect anything with the bank.
Okay,
but
so we'll work on getting you an answer for the bank statement.
Can they
Crystal,
come in personally?
no, we'll talk about that later. Any other questions, Crystal? I don't want to eat into your time.
I don't want to eat into your guys' either. And I'm sorry that half of you on that board now are my friends. But, and I'm not trying to drive into it. You too, Jenny. Love you. But, I mean, I'm just going to announce one thing. Like, if you are Arrowhead Woods homeowner, I would not give you guys a deposit. And they are right about the deposit. You guys shouldn't be collecting deposits. unless all 7 of you are board members, you cannot rewrite bylaws, which we know. You removed all of that from your content on the website, which was intentional, I assume. But my only other question is, what are you doing with the software that I prepaid and that I spent 6 months dealing with the county and the GIS mapping to make sure that we didn't have to have somebody like Jennifer or otherwise being paid by a board to make AWAC sustainable? What have you guys done with that in the last year? Because I've seen nothing. And I've done everything. All you had to do was upload your forms.
We are gonna look into that, Crystal. This is my first board meeting.
Well, that might be your first board meeting, but there's other people to your side right there that it's not their first, and they've known because they were a part of it.
Well, we will get you answers on Monday, just like everyone else.
Can we actually count on that though, President? Because no one's ever answered one of my questions in any board meeting.
You bet. You call me if you have any questions and issues getting answers from staff.
Well, I just expect an answer on Monday, which has never happened to date with any board since I left. No one's answered anybody's questions they've asked.
I appreciate your comments, Crystal. We will get you answers next week.
Well, I hope AWAC, I just hope anybody in the community does not continue to give you guys any permit fees or deposits. That's all I can say.
Thank you, Crystal. And who's up next?
The next one is Ben. Ben's phone. Carson. Thank you.
All right, Ben. Is this Ben Naragi? You're on mute, Ben.
Go to Barb.
Try again, Ben.
Let me try it again.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I just need to know who appointed all your new board members. Can you tell us who has appointed you guys?
No one's appointed us. We volunteered for these positions.
No. Somebody has to appoint. There is supposed to be a committee accepting your joining the committee. Somebody appointed you guys as the board members. Who was the person who authorized?
This gentleman sitting to my left.
Yes, Ben.
So is Mr. Schultz has appointed all of you guys?
No, not all of them. Me and the old board member, Greg, appointed another board member, and we proceeded to have 2 of us then vote for another board member, so that was the majority. And then we proceeded with that to have another majority with the board members, and now we have 6 board members, Ben.
Okay, thank you. That's all I need to know.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Who's up next?
Barb.
Carson, would you let Barb in, please? Thank you.
Welcome, Barb. You're on mute.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Well, good evening, everyone. I just have a quick question. I was told that not all of the tracts in Arrowhead Woods fall under the jurisdiction of AWAC. Is that true?
Yes.
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 Yes. Okay. How does one go about finding out if one's tract is under the jurisdiction?
I've been advised to tell you to go to the website, Barb, which is awac.biz, B-I-Z, as in zebra, and you should find your answer there.
It would be under CC&Rs, and you can scroll down through there, and it has tracts. All the tracts that are under AWAC jurisdiction are listed.
Okay.
And if you click on the tract number, it'll bring up your CC&Rs for that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'll give it a I don't believe we have any other speakers. So moving on, we have director comments. Anybody have any comments, including you, Gary? Okay.
I think Gary.
Oh, did Gary drop off? All right. We should make a note of that on the minutes. Okay. So we have no director comments. We've tabled the consent calendar. we are on to old business. One item, update on SB 1405 redaction. I'm going to read a little bit of a timetable for you guys here.
And most everybody, I think, should have received an email regarding it.
Yeah,
So,
might have even been in the newspaper today, but yeah, you're right, Jim. It looks like what we all have wanted for a long time, to have SB 1405 rescinded, has been rescinded. But just as an update, because we haven't met as a board, not we, but the AWAC board, the committee hasn't met in, over 2 months now, since June 20th. But back on June 12th, for everyone's information, AWAC did sponsor a letter for repeal of language including AWAC and Arrowhead Woods in SB 1405 that was sent to the local government committee of the Assembly of the State of California. On June 26th, request for signature on SB 1405 language that was created was sent to Governor Newsom, and he repealed it. About a week later, July 2nd, the repealed version of SB 1405 was then signed officially by Governor Newsom. That makes it, with his signature, was that official, or is it official on January 1st?
The technicality is awkward, but it becomes law on January 1st,
Okay.
2025, which is what the senator mentioned in her email.
in the email.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was signed into law, but becomes law.
Got it.
Signed into law on July 2nd, becomes law January 1st, 2025.
Got it. Okay. Good to know. And then AWAC sent a thank you letter on July 11th to Senator Ochoa Bogue and staff members Sarah Couch, Tanya Vandrick, and Nick Calero that worked with the senator who helped us out. And so AWAC really appreciates their contribution, appreciates Jennifer and Rich and everyone else in the community that followed through on this to make sure this happened. So that's an update on SB 1405 and the rescission, redaction, rescission, whatever the term is.
They've been using them interchangeably,
Yeah.
so.
But we've washed our hands of it.
It's done.
And it's done, and we don't have to worry about it anymore. Hallelujah. Thank you, everyone. So, Michael,
It's a good effort. Yeah.
good effort by everyone.
I had the
So,
pleasure to sign it
good for you. Good for you.
with Rich.
And it's very encouraging when a politician listens so closely to their constituents
Yeah.
and actually goes and walks something back for them.
Yeah.
Says a lot about the senator.
Maybe we need to get a framed copy of it, put it up here
I would love one.
on the wall. All right.
Okay.
So moving on to staff report, which we've tabled. We'll get an update from staff very soon. By the next board meeting, we'll have more staff report information. Confirmation of next board meeting, item 11. Do you guys want to agendize or set a meeting with an agenda?
If you can't come to a agreement on a date tonight, we can do it as soon as possible and post it on the website.
Let's do that, because we don't know when Gary, he's the busiest one out of all of us.
Okay,
So let's,
okay.
we'll let everybody know on that.
We'll do a poll.
And I'm good with even public people.
Absolutely.
You know, if they want to be here, I say go for it.
So let's set it for, this is Thursday, by Monday or Tuesday, we will advise on the website when the next meeting will be.
Okay.
Is that good? Is that
I'm good with that.
everybody
We'll
okay?
we'll get our calendars together by then. So for all of you out there on Zoom, as Jennifer said, look for an update. I'd say by Tuesday,
Okay.
so that we can make sure we're all clear. And I think timeline, we're looking for next month. We do one meeting a month?
Yep.
Typically a month, yeah.
So look for an update on Tuesday for another meeting
Right.
in September,
So we
about a
will
month
let
from now.
everyone know on August 27th when the next meeting will be.
Mm-hmm.
And likely it will be probably, hopefully we can look at that week of September 23rd.
Okay,
Which
great.
would be a month hence.
Great, all right. And anything else I think that was our last item. Adjournment is the final item. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you, Jim. Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Scott. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Thank you, everyone who joined us. We appreciate your time and interest in the community and AWAC, and thank you all for joining us.
Thank you,
See you next
Carson.
month.